Well, hello, everyone. It's your girl, Gabrielle. Welcome to a brand new episode of Hot Topics. Let me tell you what this show is about in case you are new to the show or maybe you're returning and you just need a refresher. Let me tell you what this show is about. So, this show is where we talk real talk about real things. We like to talk about things in education, employment, mental health, physical health, or anything else that is steamy. As we are a part of my company, A Step Ahead Tutoring Services, our goal is to educate you. And today is no different than any other day. Let me tell you what we're going to be talking about today. So, let me pull up my banner here. All right, so today I am looking forward to this topic because we're going to get into the nitty gritty of massage therapy. So, today's topic, we're going to answer the following question: how does massage therapy work? How does massage therapy work? For all of you who like to go and get massages, it's a way of self-care, it's a way to relax. We're going to get into the science of that today, and we're going to dive deep into that. So, I am definitely excited about this topic, and I know I say that in every single episode, but I'm particularly excited because I have a returning guest, you guys. I love it when the guests come back to the hot seat. So the guest who is returning to my show, her name is Blaque Ivory. And I'm just going to remind you about who she is. So she was in one of my previous episodes about I already forgot. Oh, how to spice things up in a relationship. So check out that previous episode, and she is now back again to talk about massage therapy. But I'm just going to remind you a bit about who she is. So, Blaque Ivory is the CEO of Blaque Ivory's Lair and Blaque Luxury LLC. She offers services from mobile massages to burlesque entertainment and adult sexual health education. She has a commitment to improving the self care, the sensual, and sexual lives of those on their path to their expertise and education and wellness, sexology, and adult toys slash novelty. So I know there's a lot of sexy stuff in that bio there, but we're actually going to be talking about massage therapy, but that is an insight into the type of work that she does. So, all right, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring her to the stage. Hi, Miss Ivory. How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good, good. Thank you for coming back to Hot Topics. And,
Yes.
you know, thank you for sharing your expertise with us. This is an honor to have you here with us.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me back.
Of course. All right, so we are going to get into it. So we're going to be talking about massage therapy. So in addition to um, the the well, tell us what you do. It's two things that you do. It's two businesses that you have. So do you mind tell us about the two separate businesses that you do?
Well, Black Ivory's Layer is, of course, the adult intimacy coaching and sexual health and wellness portion of the company. We do everything from, again, burlesque entertainment to erotic poetry to adult sexual health educational classes. But today we're focusing on Blaque Luxury LLC, which is the mobile massage therapy. So basically, I bring my services to you, to your home, place of business, wherever it is convenient for you to receive therapy services, which is, um, you know, my way to get around people re-stressing after they've been massaged. Nothing worse than getting all relaxed and then having to get out in your car and drive again. So I bring it to you. You don't have to worry about that.
All right, so let's get into it. So it may sound like a silly question, but I'm going to ask anyway. What is a massage?
A massage is a form of relaxation that involves hand to body communication, which I love to just, I know, share my wisdom with you via my hands. You find a lot of ailments that you may not have been paying close attention to when you are receiving a massage. So that's it in a nutshell.
Okay. That's simply put. All right, so how does it okay, we got some love here from Darnell Hibbler. All right, awesome, awesome. All right, so how does it work? So you go to clients' homes. You don't have an office or things like that. So
Right. No brick and mortar at this point. I feel like my services are best not putting my resources into overhead. So I would much rather upgrade services, whether it is additional classes, trainings, or equipment to bring to you, depending on what it is that you are looking for, whether it is simple relaxation, sports massage, hot stone, Creo massage, which is another form of bamboo massage. I like to provide a variety of uh, services so that my clients can choose. Sometimes you don't want the same thing all the time. You may be getting ready to run a marathon, or you may, want to throw a bridal party. Then you want to have, your girlfriends to receive services. I do coordinate with other technicians, such as nail techs and estheticians as well, to host spa parties, so we can also do that as well. But my personal favorite is a sports massage, because there are a lot of injuries that are sports related, and I like to be able to help my clients to not only heal from that, but also to help them to not be injured. Teaching them the additional forms of stretching, and also to relax the muscles after you've worked them out. So there's a lot that kind of goes into it, and try not to bore you too much.
well, listen, we're here to educate the people. So now, what is how? Talk to us about the science of massages. What does it do for the muscles? What
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
tell us about the points and the ting and the ting and the ting. So how tell us about the science of massages.
Well, let's see here. The easiest way to explain it is that um, the massage helps to not only to relax the body, but it also helps to lower your blood pressure. Relieving the stress from the body is like, how do I explain this? Trying to not get too technical.
That's
Um,
okay.
it helps to relieve the hormones, that we're constantly processing. So it helps to reduce the pain in the body, um, basic immune functions. It just helps to stimulate the nervous system. So with the massage, we're doing like we're doing a lot of. I'm so sorry, my brain is like frozen today.
That's
Um,
okay. Take your
uh,
time.
a lot of stimulation. So we're getting the blood flowing. We are um, we're bringing a lot of things to the surface, whether it is the lymph nodes, whether it's sickness. Sometimes you don't figure out that you're not well until you get a massage, because it's moving everything. It's flushing, your system from the toxins. You're also able to find different trigger points, which are uh, basically hidden pain, because our body has gotten so used to it. Um, that that is the majority of the things that I work with in the body. But there's also the lymphatic drainage, which I'm not at this time specialized in.
Okay. Well, what about like like the muscles themselves? So in terms of in terms of you could tell when
Well,
someone is stressed because it's in the muscles. So what happens to the muscles, and then what do you do to relieve that stress?
well, typically when you are, just say you are an office worker and have a desk job where you are sitting a lot. So maybe your hips are out of alignment because you have your favorite chair, but it's not quite ergonomically correct. So your body starts to compensate or overcompensate for the imbalance. Well, with massage, we are looking at your range of motion, your ability for your muscles to uh, be able to adduct and basically lift, stretch, things of that nature. Um, with with that, we're looking at your gait. We're looking at your being able to bend and lift, and if there are pain during that time, that is what we are looking at, whether it is a pinched nerve or just overuse.
Okay. Oh, we have another one. Hey. All right, we have some onlookers with us today. All right. So when I get massages, right, usually in the lower back, it's not just the lower back, it's like the hamstrings and my legs, it's the buttocks.
Right. It could be
So
the
it's not
hips.
just one part, it's
Right.
multiple parts. So, you know, why are so it's not just one body part that you focus on, it's multiple body parts.
Well, if there's an injury, then we focus on the specific zone of the injury. But the injury is kind of like a ripple effect. So wherever the body is hurt, then the counterpart to that particular muscle starts to overwork to compensate for the motion, the movements, to be able to help you move. So we not only focus on the injury, but we focus on the counterpart to help it relax so that it can stop overworking to help heal where the injury's at.
All right, so give us an example. What's a common sports injury?
Um, I would say tennis or golfing. The elbow is a very, I get a lot of requests for elbow injuries. But also, I'm sorry, where did this come from? Things are just going off everywhere. Um, so those types of injuries, but you could also have injury. Just say that you run track or you are a basketball player. You can have your quads or your hamstrings could be injured, ankle injuries. So it really just varies on what particular sport that you're interested in. Um, I had last week I had an injury, which was an ankle injury, and it was a simple roll, and it really wasn't even getting to the sports injury. It was getting out of the car and twisting the wrong way and just the ankle just giving out. So it's like you work the dorsiflex, you work the plantar fasciitis. You have to strengthen the muscles, even though there's a little bit of pain to it.
Right. So when it comes to so what it so let with the tennis elbow, right? So
Mhm.
the pain is in the elbow, right? So it's just like rubbing the elbow and rubbing the muscles around the elbow.
Well, it's the forearm, it's the upper, it's the bicep, it's the um um yeah, forearm and the biceps are the major areas that are the injury areas when it comes to tennis elbow.
Oh, and is there pressure points too? Like you press into the point in the
Well, it depends on where you're stressed at. So I would say that, well, depending on your right or left-handed. So I'm trying to figure out how to do this on the camera. Um, so I know my camera isn't set up to be able to look at me right now. But if you are, there it is. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
like, where's the camera?
I'll do this. Yeah.
Okay, so typically you are manipulating the muscles and tendons in the crease of the elbow down to the wrist, depending on how far down your injury is. But if you are going along the muscle, you'll be able to find the tender points. You'll be able to find trigger points where there's underlying pain, but it doesn't travel anywhere. Sometimes we get those zingers where it's like, oh crap, it feels like a funny bone, but it's in your forearm. Those are traveling trigger points. So those would be like uh, active. So they are actually traveling. So those are ones that are currently pained and not haven't been there for a long time, like lack of use or overuse.
Ah, all right, all right. So, so what is it about sports injuries that have sort of, I guess, their own category of massages? Like I mean, can you do any technique for any kind of person? Because it seems like with sports injuries, you have to treat those specifically, separate
Well,
to the normal treatment. So what is it about sports injuries that's so unique?
well, it's more or less that you are, or the person is getting guidance from their primary care physician on how to treat their specific injury. Typically, we ask for a client to make sure that, for one, they have been seen by their doctor to make sure that there's nothing that needs to have a surgical impact, or they may not necessarily need massage therapy, they actually need physical therapy. So it really just depends on the injury. But if your doctors prescribe massage, they will write a script or a notation to let the massage therapist know exactly what muscles have been injured and what type and how much therapy they will need. Like they could say, CGQ has had a muscle tear that has uh, that is now prepared and ready to receive massage therapy. Please see her 2 times a week for 4 weeks. And these are the specific areas that we want you to manipulate within the muscle region. So basically, it's a prescription from your doctor telling us how to treat their patient.
Oh, so all right. So it's they're unique in that, there's a prescription from a doctor, and the doctor actually tells you specifically where to massage, what part of the body that you focus on.
Correct. Correct.
So it's more targeted.
Yes, it's definitely focals. Yes.
And whereas like a regular massage, from a non-sports person, it's more generalized. I mean, unless they tell you specifically, hey, can you deal with this part?
Right.
It's pretty generalized.
Pretty much it's head to toe. You can go light, you can go medium, you can go deep pressure. It really just depends on what that person wants in that moment. There's not anything that you need to be worried with as far as continuing to uh, assist the injured area. So it's
So,
free body, it's free game. You want your toes tickled? Okay, we'll tickle your toes.
do you get like the weird requests? Like, can you massage
Oh
my
yeah.
fingers, toes, ears? I don't
You know,
know.
there's some interesting ones out there. Each therapist has their own things that they will and won't do. Um, yeah, I There's way too many to list. But yes, there are some interesting ones. I have, I've had one client a few months back that was just, they really just wanted. It doesn't seem weird, but just their eyebrows area. That's it. They just want their occipitals. That's it. They just, and it's like, okay, that's, you don't want your whole face, just like, no, this is, I just want this. Okay. you know, I mean, at the end of the day, it's their massage, and who am I to say that that's not exactly what they needed? I'm reducing their stress, and if that is the way they need it, this is your hour.
All right, so I gotta ask, do you get the sexually explicit requests?
Yes. And yes, I have done those types in the past. However, it is medically requested. They have had medical dysfunction, which is erectile dysfunction, and their doctor is on board with their treatment. So that's it. So if you're looking for the quote unquote happy ending, no, I don't do that.
wait. So, all right. So now I'm curious. Wait. So there are doctor prescribed massages for erectile dysfunction.
For a gentleman, it's called a lingam massage, and yes, it is to help assist with erectile dysfunction.
What is that? Now I want to know. How does that work?
So essentially, it is to help stimulate. You're helping to stimulate the glands, and it's a hand job, but it's not erotic focus. So it's like if you're thinking that's going to be all, oh, she's glammed up. No, this is like, okay, okay, move your thigh this way. I need you to, it's very clinical. It's not what most people think that it is.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, I mean, do they orgasm?
Some do, most don't, because it's that's their difficulty. And they're building up their ability to get an erection.
Wow. Okay. So it's not a happy ending, but it's more clinical.
It's definitely clinical. It's not a happy ending at all. No. So if a person calls me and asks for a happy ending, it's an immediate no. But if they, are really embarrassed and they have a medical provided prescription for this type of service, then yes, we can move forward.
Oh, okay. What about women? Do women have anything like that?
Yes, I don't do the services for women, but it's mostly dealing with dilators. So it's usually helping with vaginal pain during the sexual act.
Wait, dilators, what is
that? So those are vibrators or dildos that are just straight scopes. And they can go from a size of a pinky up to a larger size. Varying on each female, varies different. But basically it helps her to work the muscles in her pelvic floor.
Okay. And what about, does that cause orgasm in a woman?
It can. It can. I mean, everything has a stimulation. It really varies on the woman. But again, the focus is not that pleasure. The focus is the help of the muscle stimulation and the pelvic health.
Oh, okay. So there are doctor prescribed. I mean, I'm not trying to be dirty, but
no,
but I'm just like, whoa.
I mean, you can call it a happy ending. If that happens, it happens. I mean, because not everybody can control their bodily functions. But again, you're coming into it like you're going to your doctor and having your annual pelvic exam. It's not like you're, woo, let's go get this done, so Ooh, I'm getting my, it's like, no, this is
I'm getting my rocks on.
right.
But it's prescribed by a doctor, and they
Yes,
specifically
everything is
say,
definitely,
you know, this is what I want you to do
yes,
for them.
yes,
Okay.
yes. And again, I don't do female treatment because I haven't taken the specialized training. So once I get there, maybe in a year or so, then I will probably start offering that as well.
Oh, you haven't done. Oh, I thought you did.
No, I only do the lingam. I only do for the gentleman. That's the only training that I've had so far. So
Also, there is training for that.
oh yes, it's definitely it's specialty training. Yes, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So, what got you into this work? Why do this?
I've always liked helping people, and I find that although I'm not a fan of receiving massages, I have a passion to communicate with people, and my words are not always the best, but I can communicate with my hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that people have a better connection with me as a person once they receive a massage from me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just, I was glad I stumbled onto massage through being an esthetician. So I was just, thrilled that people were requesting my service because um, they felt at ease when they received service from me, and it wasn't like, oh, this creepy old lady, trying to get her rocks off. It's like, but I find that because I am not always as outgoing as most people sometimes they see, but I don't feel, massage and body work has always been my way of meet and greet, and hey, I've got this great thing that I can do, like, hey, you like massage, right? Let's see if you like this, just simple things for me.
Right, and then it's relaxing. Like there's. I mean, you're you're addressing pain, right? In,
Yes.
in the body as well,
Yeah.
because it's the stresses of everyday life and injuries. We feel it in our body, right? It's an
Yeah.
actual manifestation of stress, right? And so we feel it in the body, and the muscles tighten, and our arms are all bending weird, and we feel it, right? So you're relieving that pressure, you're releasing the stress. So it's
Yeah.
multiple things at once that you're doing.
Yes. Yes. And it's at the end of each service, it makes my heart happy to see the smile on their face. Or if they're sleeping and they're like waking up drooling, I mean, that's like the best compliment to me, is that a person feels comfortable enough with my service that they can actually get some sleep. And that may be the only time that they have uninterrupted, nobody's calling. Yes, my phone is on silent, on airplane mode when I'm doing services, so it's not going off like it is crazy right now. But um, sometimes that's the only time they get that there's just peace, and they can enjoy and indulge in the moment. And that's why I feel like a lot of services, um, it it may stimulate the body. It sometimes it does, but that's not the intent. It's not a sexualized service. So it's like, I just want people to feel good. I want them to not be in pain. I want them to be able to relax, and even find some techniques that they like, that they can do on themselves or even on their partner. What a better way to communicate than to relax with each other.
And then it can, trickle into your other business.
Oh,
With the
absolutely.
same
Yeah.
thing. Totally.
A lot of things can make you frisky.
And so when it comes to massages, like there's a negative connotation, like people think of massages, it's often connected with like a
Sex work.
yeah,
Yes.
sex work,
Yes.
prostitution, right? And that's
Right.
not what it is.
No, absolutely not. And I find it quite interesting that I wish to be called a massage therapist because I went to school to earn that title. Um, but a lot of people do use the term masseuse, but that particular term is, it has a connotation of sex worker. And that is, sorry, I'm trying to get my, before my power source goes out. I'm sorry, everybody. Like, wait a minute, I'm blinking here. Okay. Um, that is a connotation that I prefer people to not use that term when they're addressing Blaque Luxury, because it's one that I would like to take back, but there's not. It's going to be a long road before people get that consultation out of their minds of, oh, what does she do? Especially since, because my other business, and everybody's like, so you do those, you know. I do a lot of things, but I take my licensing very serious. There's not a person that I have met yet that is worth me losing the thing that I love the most. So I won't be doing those happy endings for anybody anytime soon. Let's just say that.
All right. So now, do you do like couples as well, or is it just like one person at a time?
What I do is I don't know, it may not be as different as people think, but I when it comes to couples, I don't do both of them at the same time, but I do allow both parties to be in the room at the same time. And then if they choose, I will allow them to do some of the massage with me. So just say that I'm working on a person's shoulders, and maybe their spouse wants to try to learn some techniques. I'll let them work on the feet, and I will direct them as we're doing the massage together. Just because it's a way again for them to be able to connect with each other. So why not learn something that's going to help both of you?
Hmm. A way to take care of each other in a way, and a way to get close and maybe even intimate with each other.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's all about keeping them together.
So now, I'm assuming you get mostly female clients?
Um, no, I get a lot of male clients. The majority of my clients are male. Um, I find that ladies like a man's touch better because their pads are thicker, their
Okay.
hands are sometimes stronger, um, and sometimes it's a mental thing as well. I know I personally prefer a male massage therapist when I do get them. Um, Only because I feel that they can get a little bit deeper than a female, depending on her experience. Because
Mhm.
I personally do not like apparatuses used. I want full hands. So
Yeah.
and our hands are smaller, so and to be able to do a full 90 minutes with just your hands and not be tired, I find that men do that a little bit better sometimes. So
So now, given that, you being a woman,
Mhm.
how do you address that challenge?
I use a lot of apparatuses because I do have weak hands, and I have a skating injury to my thumb. So I use a lot of gua sha tools, which are the stones.
Hmm.
I use Creole tools, which are the bamboo shoots or the sticks.
Hmm.
Um, those are my main ones that I use, that I can easily carry with me. So, um, but yeah, I think about that a lot as a technician to my clients. What do they need? Am I giving them enough deep tissue? Am I really giving them what they're looking for versus they're just being nice to me. You know what I'm saying? So
Is that like an imposter syndrome? Like,
it can be, in a sense, but I know I practice a lot. So um, I feel that I ask new people that haven't received services to get a massage from me, and I usually offer them a discounted service because I'm trialing
yeah,
different techniques, and it's not always going to be as smooth because I am maybe learning how to use um, my elbow in a different way, or use my knuckles, and maybe I'm not as smooth with the technique yet. So I need those guinea pigs. I mean, it's like continuing education. We all need um, to stay relevant in our service industry. So, you know, if you catch me on a good day, you might get a discount.
right. Because well, you have injuries in your hands. You just
Yes.
said,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
so you have a physical ailment, right?
Yes.
That's going to affect your job.
Absolutely. And I try to protect that at all costs because I need these hands.
Yeah, it's your moneymaker, of
Yes.
course.
Absolutely.
So
But
now, are you are those physical ailments from doing too many massages? Is it
no, no,
is it a
these are
working
these are
a job a
pre
job injury?
massage. Pre massage, and they were roller skating injuries. Trying to
Oh,
be trying to be young, and I wasn't young no more. But it had to have surgery on my palm, so it's like it can be affected if I do not handle my hands correctly, and I don't want to have more surgeries. So I make sure that I utilize tools that will help me bring the same benefit to my clients.
oh, okay, okay. And do you and I guess you're testing things out, but
Well,
do they
yeah,
have the same effects?
I I feel from the clients that have tested different apparatuses on, they have told me that it feels better when I use the apparatus versus me trying to figure out how not to hurt my hands using just my hands.
Mm,
So it's a little more of a smooth transition versus, okay, now what do I do? Because now I know my pressure isn't strong because my hands are getting tired. Um, and I'm going to pay for this later, it's nothing like giving a 90-minute massage and then I can't do any more massages for the rest of the week because my hands hurt, you know. So
yeah.
that was when I was in school. I trial and error when you're first learning. You don't know anything about the how to's. You're learning them as you go and as you're instructed. And I was using my thumbs a lot and using them incorrectly. And I'm just like in class, like, oh God, somebody, somebody help me. Somebody write this for me. Because I can't even close my hands right now. But it's trial and error. But I know that to be in this industry long term, I need to constantly be using correct stances and utilizing the tools that are out here for me to utilize, because if I re-injure or put myself out of commission, then I have nothing. So I have to think about that.
Right, you have to you're doing a lot of you're using a lot of apparatuses, you're using your hands a lot, and so it's sort of like the person giving the care has to take care of themselves.
Yes, put your mask on first before you help somebody else. Literally, you have to. And that is also giving myself massages, hand massages all the time. I'm, icing, heating, making sure that I'm doing my squeeze therapy, making sure that I'm stretching before I have my clients, um, keeping my hands moisturized. I mean, something so simple can help, keep the joints lubricated, So I have to do what I have to do to make it work for me too. I'm providing a service, but I need to be able to continue to be able to provide that service.
So now, so it's interesting that you said, I just going back to an earlier point about that most of your clients are men.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you get a lot of like, because you said like women tend to prefer a male
Uh-huh.
therapist. So does it work for men that way in that they prefer a female?
It depends on what they're looking for. Again, it could be just that mental relaxation. They just want that nice, gentle, soft touch. They'll they will go more feminine for a therapist. Otherwise, for most, sports injuries or deep tissue, I've seen a lot of men look for other men because they want to make sure they're getting that, elbow in there. They're getting what they're looking for. But sometimes they ask for things and they really don't know what they're asking for. So when they come out and they're all bruised up and they're all, like extra sore, well, you got what you asked for.
Like what? What do they ask for, but they really don't know?
Well, a lot of people ask for deep tissue massage and they really don't understand that it really is deep tissue. It's not surface. It's like they have to warm up the surface to get to the underlying muscles. And deep tissue is painful. It's not for the faint at heart at all. So you find a lot of clients that say, oh, wait, that's no, that's too hard, that's too much, it's like, but but then it's not deep tissue anymore. So it's like, okay.
Well, I think deep tissue, it's a fancy name, like ooh, deep
Right.
tissue. But
Right, you see all the bells and whistles and it's like, oh, Marky. I want to like, yeah, no, you don't, unless you really are, um one, you're looking for that frustration. It's like being a boxer. You want to go to the gym, you want to work that muscle out, so then you're kind of prepared, you kind of know it's like, yeah, I might not be able to do squats for the next couple days, but they're gonna really get in those glutes.
yeah. Oh man.
It's par for the course. It with everything. It's you have to try it to see if you like it.
Hmm. Absolutely. You gotta try something at least once.
Yes. Well, I mean, and I think that for me, that's why I came up with doing the express service. Like, okay, it's 30 minutes. That way you can, if you don't like it, you're not suffering through an hour or 90 minutes of something that you just plainly don't like. You know.
Right, right,
So,
right. So what about like massaging feet? Do you do that?
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's part of the body. Unless my clients say no, that they don't when they're answering their uh, their questionnaire at the beginning. If they are strictly no, don't touch my feet, don't touch my armpits, don't touch, um, don't touch my stomach. I don't want an abdominal massage. Then you ask for a massage, and to me, that is from head to toe. You know, so if you tell me no, then we don't do it. But otherwise, take your socks off.
Well, I mean, because I think like my feet are ticklish, right?
Yes.
So what do you do for the people who are ticklish in the feet?
You apply more pressure. Typically, people are ticklish, even in whatever zone you're ticklish in, is because it's a light touch.
Mm-hmm.
So you typically go more firm, and you don't do little flinting moves. So it's not like fast strokes. It's more of the long and firm.
So press harder.
Yes, 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 yes. We're not light feather touching here. We're actually putting some pressure there.
Awesome. All right. So what is there ever a reason, not to use massage therapy? Like what is something that massage therapy is not recommended for?
If you've been in any type of accident within the 72 hours, no massage. If you are on blood thinners, um, I say no massage, but it really, you would need to check with your doctor to see if it is okay and what type of massage is okay. If you have any type of cancer, typically no massage. Um,
Really? No. Why is that for cancer?
because you do not want to move the masses or have them to metastasize. So
Oh,
it has
okay.
that you do that is a contraindication. So no.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Okay.
If you're under the influence, no massage because you cannot tell me where it's hurting and if it's hurting. So no massage. So no drinking and massage. Sorry. Drink
No
afterwards.
drinking, no drugs.
Right. No drinking, no drugs.
Okay. And if an injury is really, really serious,
If
right?
it's acute, right? With if you've been in a car accident, um, so you basically are needing to give your body enough time to tell you where it's hurt or if it's hurt. So you do not want to uh, have massage within that time frame, within the 72 hours.
Right. Because it's really more for like sprains, light
Yes,
pain.
any type of inflammation, you don't want to be doing massage on because that massage brings out the blood flow. So if it's already out, you don't want to keep pushing it out. So
All right, there you go. There you have it. All right, thank you for coming on the show again. So I like to ask my guests about words of wisdom, as you already know, as I start to wind things down. So any words of wisdom that you'd like to share with our audience?
be true to yourself. Listen to your body. It will tell you whenever it needs something, whether it is hydration, food, or relaxation. Just listen. It'll talk back to you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, that fabulous advice, fabulous words of wisdom. All right, Miss Ivory, thank you so much for coming back on the show. Thank you for your words of wisdom, and thank you for coming back to the hot seat.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Awesome. All right, so now it's promo time. All right, you guys. So Blaque Ivory, you could find her all over the web, you guys. You could find her online. So it's actually a different website than the previous time she was on. So this website, it is blaqueluxuryllc.com. That's BLAQUE luxuryllc.com. So make sure you check out that website. That website is specifically for her massage services. So make sure you check that out. She is on Facebook and YouTube. That one's her the other business with the sensual coaching. So check her out on Facebook and YouTube. The account name is Blaque Ivory's Layer. Again, Blaque is spelled BLAQUE. So I wanted to point that out. She's also on Instagram. The account name is Blaque Ivory's Layer, all one word. And she is on Twitter. It is Blaque Ivory Layer. So there's no S.
Yes.
No, there's a letter missing from the Twitter name. So it is Blaque Ivory Layer. So make sure you follow her on all of her social media accounts and make sure you visit her website, blaqueluxuryllc.com. So where do you service your clients?
Illinois at this time. Anywhere in Illinois.
In the whole state of Illinois?
In the whole state. I love to drive. I love to travel. So yes, call me.
All right. So if you happen to be in the state of Illinois and you need some massage therapy, massage services, hit her up, you guys. Black Ivory, she will come to you. She will
Yes.
bring the stuff to you. So check out her website again, blaqueluxuryllc.com. She comes to you. So if you're looking for some, you want a massage, you got that pain, you got a sports injury, and you happen to be in the state of Illinois, hit her up, you guys. Once again, the website is blaqueluxuryllc.com. And if you also are looking for um, sensual coaching or you need advice about spicing up a relationship, that's her second business. You can hit her up on her other social media as well. Facebook, YouTube is Black Ivory's Lair. I'm just repeating it one more time. Instagram is Black Ivory's Lair, and
Mhm.
Twitter is Black Ivory Lair. There is no S. So, all of this information, of course, is at the bottom of your screen for my video people. For my audio people, if you're listening to this on a podcast, all of this information, of course, is in the description. So, one way or another, the information is at your fingertips. Check her out, you guys. Follow her, subscribe, and hit her up, you guys. Hit her up. If you're in Illinois again, hit her up now. All right. Well, Miss Ivory, thank you again for coming on my show.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. All right, you guys. So that was definitely an enlightening conversation. So I definitely learned more than I thought I would. But, it is now time to conclude. So the information scrolling below at the bottom of the screen is my contact information for A Step Ahead Tutoring Services. So, as a quick reminder, Hot Topics is a production of my company, A Step Ahead Tutoring Services. So I know we talked a lot of sexy stuff today, uh, but this is all in the name of education, you guys. So if you are in need of any kind of tutoring services or your child is in need of any academic help, academic assistance, maybe they need help with time management, maybe it's homework help or preparation for college or test prep or any kind of one-on-one tutoring services, reach out to us. Our website is www.astepaheadtutoringservices.com. You can also email us at success at a step ahead tutoringservices.com. You can also call or text us on numbers 347-762-2838. You can also find us on our many social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Eventbrite, and WhatsApp. So hit us up, just type in A Step Ahead Tutoring Services, and you will find us on social media, with the exception of Twitter. Our account name is ASATS2013. Although, yeah, just type in A Step Ahead Tutoring Services on Twitter. You'll find us as well. So there's multiple ways that you can reach out to us. My mouth is dry, y'all. Sorry about that. But there's multiple ways that you can reach out to us online. So if you are in need of any kind of academic assistance, tutoring help, maybe you need help writing that paper, writing that essay, or a young child is struggling to read or struggling with that math, or it's that new math, you just can't deal with it and you just want to give it to somebody else. Well, give it to us. Reach out to us. That website again is www.astepaheadtutoringservices.com. So hit us up for your tutoring services. We do in-person services for our local area of New York City, but we also have virtual tutoring as well for the United States, across the country. And, depending on what country you're in, we can also do global as well, depending on the country. So hit us up, you guys. So reach out to us today. And I also want to encourage you to leave your feedback about this episode. So, however, you are taking in the sound of my voice, whether you are watching this on video or listening to this on a podcast, leave your feedback about this episode. Drop a comment in the comment section below, or in the comment thread. Drop a star, drop a rating, whatever it is. Spotify has a new feature where you can leave your feedback So take advantage of that. So I encourage you guys. It helps us out. It helps us out with the algorithm. It helps people to find us. So wherever you are watching this episode or listening to this episode, please take a moment and leave a comment in the comment section. Please leave us your feedback about this episode for today. All right, you guys. And that is it for Hot Topics. Thank you again for joining me at another episode. I look forward to you joining me at the next episode. Thank you again, you guys. And now I am signing off. Bye, you guys.